Today's guest is Patrick from Homeseller SG. He is sort of disrupting the industry by charging a flat fee of, you call it 1,999.
Yeah. Selling is actually so simplified. You just post on the right portals, you get the selling done. Do you actually find property on TikTok and YouTube? The answer is no again. There is no stupid seller and buyer. They encounter all these things themselves. They know what is going on. You guys are the one that picture your own lobang. On the surface, you can't justifying that, I'll go down, I'll help you to sell the house. With us around, we are able to convince the buyer to pay. No.
So what motivates you all to actually sell?
The bragging, right? Do you see how I brag?
you almost not talking to us, you're talking to them. You tell me which thing.
Talking to the agents through the camera.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I am a very forceful person. I know it's right.
Yes. Yeah, you are.
So to the agent out there, if owner compare, you say, can I know what's the difference between home seller and you? And you are unable to answer this, don't put the blame onto us. The blame is onto you why you cannot answer.
Like, what do you think of the housing market right now? For HDB, do you think it's still affordable to Singaporeans?
It's still cheap lah, dirt cheap lah. I have a lot of
dirt
I just put the I mean let's be very honest, a lot of people that complain
Okay, hi everybody, welcome to another episode of the Woke Salaryman podcast, or I like to call it more like a long chat thing. Today's guest is Patrick from Homeseller SG. He is sort of disrupting the industry by charging a flat fee of, you call it 1,999
yeah.
for a HDB. Then what's the condo and the landed?
Condo is 4,999 and landed is 9,999. Initially, when I started one man show, I only do HDB. The whole idea of 1,999 is to help owner that is in a negative sale, which is common for HDB. If you buy a HDB, there's a potential that you might end up in a negative sale situation, which means that you sell a HDB, you get zero money back in cash. Then, but agent commission is in cash, can be $10,000-$20,000, and it can be a very big amount whereby it will be difficult for actually a lot of families.
To have that cash in hand to give.
But at 1,999, it is affordable. I won't say it's cheap, but it's definitely affordable.
So just for the layman, also to clarify, what is the standard sort of model that the industry does, and why is 1,999 different from that?
Okay, the industry actually, if you deep dive into it, all agents are individual bosses. That means they operate in their own way, but everything is different. But the only thing that is the same is everybody 1-2%. For
1
selling,
to 2%?
2% for selling, 1% for buying. That is the industry norm all along.
I see.
Until a few agencies pop up with 1%, and subsequently we pop up with 1,999, and 1,999 from 2019 until now, we did not change our this pricing. Yeah, despite the marketing cost has went up, labor cost went up, we still maintain this price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. What made you come up with the idea to do this 1,999 thing? Was there anything like this before?
Actually, there is actually a lot of this kind of fixed fee model come out, but they cannot survive. Yeah, because I started in 2019 February. I only get my first paycheck around October at 1,008. So you need to have a period whereby you can sustain almost a year with no salary coming in. Because during the period of me setting up, I still have to spend marketing costs, everything. So practically there's cost involved. It's just like doing normal business. You have cost involved. Then after that, you still need to be able to sustain your own family, your own living expenses.
So you say October, then you draw your first paycheck. It's more like it only started making a positive profit.
You close your
8
deal.
months later.
I can close my deal in May or June, but then the completion will only come like maybe September or October. That's the time when I get my paycheck.
Right.
Not on the day I close the deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you actually have to buffer for quite a bit of.
Correct.
You have to tank a lot of damage for a while, right?
Correct.
So I think the other companies like Oh My Home, all this, right? I mean, they also try to do a similar model, but I think they're not that profitable.
Actually, they are public listed, so I think it's open secret they lose money from day one. But now, are they losing money? I'm not too sure. Because I did not do a check. But they started from 2,888. There's a tier commission, 400K and below. Then after that, 400K to 600K is 3,888. 600K to onwards is 4,888. But they scrape away this model. They now go 1%. Yeah, I think it's because it's non-profitable. Everybody start a business to earn money. Yeah, for me, likewise the same. I started as a one-man show. To me, I just put it very simply. I did not expect to scale to where I am today. So I just wanted to have 3 to 4 closing a month, 6 to 8,000 income by myself. I'm happy already. Right. Just to feed my family.
And then now, how big is your team and stuff?
Now I think I have 17 agents and growing. Then my admin staff, we have recently do another 2 recruitment, so I got almost 8.
Wow.
Then with 2 business manager, coming close to 30.
Wow.
Yeah, but that is all started because of TikTok, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that
TikTok was the edge you feel like when it comes to you versus say the other flat fee pricing that has come before. Is it?
Before I started TikTok as a one-man show, my HDB closing under CA, I'm already the number 2. That means I have close to 500. In fact, as a one-man show,
In terms of volume.
Transaction, yeah.
In terms of transaction, I recorded under CA one, council estate agent. I already crossed 500 already.
Oh.
So I done a video on TikTok before.
Right.
So right now I still got 500 plus because CA is a 24-month cycle. That means every month I need to clock sales in order for the
tally to count.
for the transaction to grow. But if I stop work for 24 months, my CA will become 0. So it's actually a very good gauge to check your agent whether they are full-timer, part-timer, or how many transaction or experience they have done.
Because you have to keep doing to keep
you have
the
to keep
number
doing.
up. Right?
It's not like accumulated over the past 10 years, no.
Right.
2 years you stop working because it's not relevant anymore. There's so many cooling measures, so many new rules and laws that came out.
Yep.
If you are not in the market, although you hold a license, but are you relevant or do you have the right experience to actually advise today's seller and buyer that want to sell and buy? You may not have the right experience and you may actually mess up their deals. So this is the part where actually a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
They thought it's an accumulative thing, but no.
Yeah.
If I stop working for 24 months, actually I'm not relevant anymore.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people just take the license, then they just, as and when got friend intro, then they do the transaction.
That is how they actually earn. Actually,
Yeah.
it's all through their agent started is all through their friend and relative. So when I started, I actually got my license in 2010. But I won't tell everybody that I got more than 10 over years experience because let's be honest, from 2010 all the way until 2019, I know nothing about the real estate. Although I have done a few transactions. But because why I can still do transaction, I can still sell record price like I sell for my friend in this upper cross street, 3-room flat. Back then we sold for 450K is a very high price. A Sengkang one, that one definitely a record price, 4-room flat, I sold for 469K. That was in 2012 or 2013. All this can be verified one.
Right.
So how can I do it despite I have no experience? Because selling is actually so simplified. You just post on the right portals, you get the selling done. Like last time, Property Guru was one of the main one. You need to be on it. Then the buyers will just come. But before Property Guru, how do you advertise? It's on classified ads. You don't even get pictures. You don't see pictures, but buyers will just call the agent and then go for viewing. But now, why there's so many things like videos,
walkthrough, 360.
Correct. Why? All this extra thing is for the agent to try to upsell themselves and tell the owner.
Justify their price.
Yeah, look here, Mr. Seller. Comparing me agent A to agent B. Now I got all these services A, B, C, D. So I want 2%. The other one also want 2%. So you choose. So I give you more value, ma.
I see.
But does this value actually sell a house? In all honesty, the answer is no. I always say my video doesn't sell a house.
Right.
I can tell you that today, you view a video very nice on this TikTok or this YouTube. But the unit is in Pasir Ris. Lei Long one, very nice, sea view. But you stay in Jurong, your kids' school in Rulang, and then your parents' house in Jurong. Will you go and buy? The answer is no. And then the next question you need to ask yourself: do you actually find property on TikTok and YouTube? The answer is no again. So does video sell a house? No.
I watched the video for fun.
For fun to be honest.
Very nice. Got this, got that.
Because we have served so many seller and buyers over the years. I think I have more than 1,000. So if they wanted this block or this area like Jurong, they want to buy. They search on Property Guru. Even the agent did not post a photo. You will still call them to go for viewing. Why? Firstly, you need to physically touch and feel the house. You need to walk into the house to have an emotional attachment. It's always an emo buy for buyers. You walk into the house, the house will talk to you. Whether this house suitable for you or not. I mean, you have went through that process, right?
This is exactly my story. Because my wife is from Marine Parade. That's where her parents are. So we actually wanted to buy somewhere at Eunos because we wanted a new house. But then we went to see with an agent that was listing at Eunos. Then the agent, you're from Marine Parade, I got one flat there. So we went there and then it was so windy that day that it just spoke to us. And all rationality sort of went out the window a little bit. Because it's just a great place, and then automatically the condition of the house was not great actually. So if you did a video tour or whatever, it doesn't matter because we're going to tear it down anyway. We know kind of what we want for the house. I think a lot of younger people might be clearer. They'll do like mood books and things like that.
They know what they want already.
Yeah, they know what they want. So I'm just thinking, I'm going to knock that down. How much would that cost? The masonry there maybe a bit more expensive. And then also because we're in Marine Parade area, we live near Tao Nan School. So we get flyers every week, no joke, every single week. Some of them handwritten, saying, I have my mom has a condition and I would really like my kids to go to Tao Nan. So if you're selling, please consider us.
Actually, all these flyer, this one, a very small script one, all these are agent. It's not the seller. If you guys don't know.
But it write like very
correct. They
sincere.
say they usually write that.
My mom got this.
I'm already buyer. I got ready 30,000 to pay COV.
Yes.
All these are agent.
Oh, is it?
But sometimes you look carefully, right? It looks like handwriting, but actually printed.
It's
like
actually
that,
agent.
Actually printed.
And actually,
my heart pains,
whether is it allowed by the CA, this one is a grey area because they
Right.
are misleading the consumer that they are buyers, but
yes.
actually they are agent. You don't believe me, you just give a call, you know already. They are agent. They come down, they take photo, they advertise for you.
Right.
All these are very old timer, old trick school of doing it to
Right.
entice because got COV mark, wow, can sell high. I'm ready to pay a high price. But actually, they are agent.
So maybe let's break it down for even more layperson, right? So let's talk about the pricing difference. Let's say, for example, because 1 to 2% for layman might sound like it's very little. So let's say a flat of say 500K, so 2% will be what, 10K commission, is it?
500K, 2%, 10K, 1 million is 20K. So this is interesting. This is a very interesting part. I have always been saying this over my live and videos, and then so far no agent has dared to come out and actually give a reason what is the difference. Example, now we have sold so many $1 million HDB, the highest being 1.37 mil.
Wow.
So by right, if you pay a 2%, you need to pay close to 30K,
Yeah.
including the GST ma. All right. So my owner only pay me 1,999, and this unit also sold at a record price.
Yeah.
All right. It can be verified one.
Where is it?
In Clementi.
Oh, Clementi.
It's a 5-room. So the question is very simple one. Why 2%? You sell a 1.25 million or 1.37 million and a 300K HDB, whereby you collect from the owner 6,000 and 30,000. What is the difference in terms of the marketing, in terms of the marketing dollars, in terms of the effort put in?
Right.
The answer is there's no difference.
Right.
You advertise on the same portals.
Yeah.
Some of the $1 million one we can sell in one day.
True.
Then you actually come down for that one viewing only.
Yeah.
Then you collect 30,000.
Shiok,
But the 6,000 one actually you work harder because you need to come down multiple times. But it can be vice versa as well.
Right.
But what is the difference to justify the difference of the 24,000?
Right.
There is no difference. Likewise, when you sell your $1 million condo, 1 million and 2 million, 20K and 40K, what is the difference? There is no difference. Like my landlord owner, we sold in Seletar 4.6 million. My owner says 78,000 in agent commission. That's why our fee is fixed for all the category.
Yeah.
We don't disadvantage in a way. You are having a higher price property, so I charge you more.
Yeah.
But actually, the effort, everything that I do is the same.
So can we just clarify the services that y'all do provide? So the one big difference that I think is the clearest is that y'all don't go for the viewings, right?
This is again a very misleading thing whereby I have been saying all this while. 1,999, 499, all these are full agent services, right? By right, if you say I don't come out for viewing, it's not part of the services. But why CEA or no agent there to come out and refute that? No, this statement is wrong. How can I be a full agent services and yet I don't go down for viewing? The answer is a lot of agents they don't go down for viewing. It's just that you guys don't know. Example, on a busy weekend, all right. As long one of the viewing mess up, backlog.
Yeah.
The next buyer reach already, they call the agent. Hey, agent, I reached the right there. The other agent stuck at the other appointment.
went elsewhere already,
They'll just tell them, hey, look here.
The owner opened
I'm not here. I will just call the owner. You go out and sell you.
Yep.
That is what actually happened behind the scene.
Right.
That's why no agent dare to come out and refute this statement.
Right.
Yeah. So is there a difference? No. But it's just that I'm being transparent and upfront with the owner. I don't come down for viewing. I save my time. I save my traveling costs. I give the saving back to you guys.
I think it depends though, because I've also seen a few viewings where the seller is not good at selling it. I think the agent does add a little certain baseline level of quality, but there are also a lot of times where the seller will sell it way better than.
I think just now you answer this question. You actually answer this question yourself already. You as the buyer, you walk into the house. The house spoke to you.
Yes, the
so
house
is the
spoke to
seller selling the house or the house sell by itself?
In that case, it's the house sell by itself.
Correct. Actually, in Singapore, property, HDB, condo or landed, they sell by itself because why? Singapore is just so small. You from Jurong travel all the way to Changi Airport, no jam, 30 minutes only.
Yeah.
Why I know? I stay in Jurong, I have to send my wife to work in Changi Airport.
Right.
So I know.
Yeah.
So Singapore is just a very small place.
And the layout often is the same, especially with HDB.
一眼看到完, you walk inside the house, you just swing your head, already. You don't need an agent to be around to say, hey, look here, Mr. Buyer, look in front. This one facing unblocked view, north-south facing, so it's windy. Look to your left, this one is the kitchen.
I know already.
I think you know already what. Then the buyer will be thinking, you tell me all this for what? I can see what. To be honest, that is the fact. And then when it comes to renovation, agent is like a bit of, wait, if I'm there last time, I'll be, you see this one original condition. So this one here you can put a feature wall. Like macam I'm a ID contractor.
Yeah, like that. ID,
But no, we're just giving idea to the buyers. But now buyers, they are so smart. They know what they want already. They just want to walk into the house to find a suitable house whereby the house will actually talk to them. The agent around, even I lay long the house, not suitable, you will not buy also.
It's not gonna suddenly flip it from where I go outside of what my heart tells me just because the seller or the agent is so good that it made me change my mind. I think that rarely happens.
It doesn't happen.
Right.
I've sold so many houses I did not even go now before. And yet I can still sell at a record price.
Right.
Why? Because when the buyer like the house, with or without the agent present, they are so desperate to secure the house, they will just call and negotiate. And that's when my job come in.
Right.
I can bring in 10, 20 buyers. But if no buyers willing to make an offer, I can't do magic.
Right.
My magic only start to come in when the buyer want the house, then I can start to push them up.
So it's your paperwork, all that stuff, is it? Like that kind of support?
Paperwork is part of the services. But I do understand that some agent ask the owner to do their own research submission.
Right.
And they still
I think the agent when I bought my house was helpful in that sense. So the agent was not my agent, it was the seller's agent, but to have somebody there to tell us, you need to do this form, that form, make sure you have this amount, then it will be this amount set aside for like the cash that you need to pay and stuff. That was helpful because I think that stuff is some of the most confusing things out there.
I would say that you met one of the good agents.
Oh, is it?
You met one of the better agents.
Oh, because sometimes they just throw at you, is it?
It's either you have to DIY, number one. Number two, right now in the market, actually, there's some agent, they refuse to liaise with DIY buyers. So I have cases whereby the buyers came to me. They say that they view the house, they negotiated a price already, but one condition from the seller side, or I don't know whether is it the agent influenced the seller, they say that you must have an agent to represent you.
Or on the buyer side?
The submission, the paperwork, everything actually is quite critical. When we do the submission, everything, the timeline, everything that we key in must match the two
very
party.
tight.
So if one party key in wrongly, it will mess up the whole timeline.
Oh, I see. So that's the cost for them if you don't know what you're doing or you.
Correct. So some agents are scared they don't, but they are taking the commission from the seller side, so they don't want to take on the advisory for the buyer for free, which they can't also. So they for my case is the buyer already done everything, come to us just for the paperwork. But they did not go for the traditional one because why 1% I already settle everything already might as well just pay me 1,999.
Right. Do you all encourage like things like staging or like videography and photography? Do you all do any of that stuff?
No, staging we don't do, but sometimes we do the TikTok. Actually, majority of the time my agent they will do a TikTok just for content purpose. But the TikTok video does not sell the house one.
Right. It's just to show that you.
Recently, actually, we do a live bidding doing this selling a landed, but it's more to content rather than to sell the house. But it actually works and generate the interest from buyers, so they come and view. But one thing is, my job is to secure one buyers to be able to appreciate his house and give the price that my seller want. But we do not know where this buyer is coming from. In all honesty, the main portal still works. 80-90% of the unit are still sell via these portals. But there is a small minority, they will see us on Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok. But my job is to maximize. So we advertise on 5 portals, in fact 6 lah. Property Guru, SRX, 99.co, we still have Homeseller website, Facebook, and TikTok. So my job is to maximize the exposure for my owner to get the buyers. But I do not know where the buyers is coming from. More viewing equal more chances of my owner getting one or multiple offer, which will eventually lead to a record price.
I see.
So my job is to maximize and not to choose. But actually, in the market, if you ask me, you go and randomly pick any agent, you ask them where they market for you, they only give you 1 or 3 portals. That is a fact.
If you're a property guru.
And which I'm on also.
I think to your point that like property sales, I think it applies to, I think like the properties that need home staging or like need like, a lot of photography. I think that applies to like to some properties, but not the mass market property, especially HDB, especially like the ones that you're selling lah. I think like for a small market, it does need home staging. You need like all these services. But
what you mean by small market? In fact, actually, home staging is just like a show flat. You make the house look like a show flat. It does create the eyeballs, but it doesn't guarantee you the record price. So why since I cannot quantify this home staging can bring me what price, so why do I want to spend money to do it? So I will just tell my owner, try to declutter the house. Because all house they can sell by itself.
Yes.
You put the home staging in ready,
Yeah.
but when you sell the house, it's vacant possession.
Yeah.
The furniture that you put in doesn't come with it.
So I
It's
think
how you imagine.
But
the
it help
potential.
to have a better first impression on the seller. This one on the buyer. This one I totally agree. But it doesn't give us the record price because to get a record price is all based on demand and supply of the market.
I think what also happens during like selling process is sometimes like sellers have very unrealistic expectations. So I mean they will want like a very high price. So I mean like then you'll have all this like home staging thing to kind of like justify the high price because you'll be like, oh, my home is on the market for so long already, it's not moving. But actually the real reason is like, yeah, you actually just greedy, you just want a high price, and then it could
That
be
is based on assumption, and that is part of the selling. That is, I would say that will be more towards the desperate seller. They met an agent to suggest them this home staging thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, does it actually sell the house? Actually, if you deep dive into the market, some owner will tell you, I do home staging already, but it still doesn't sell. So it's all based on probability, assumption, the market demand and supply.
Yeah.
I have cases whereby this unit left in the market for 3 years also cannot sell. Why I know? The owner come to me 1 year into the marketing, try us for 3 months, we got offer, they rejected. So they go and find other agent. 2 years down, still find me back. I say, I'm very surprised in the seller market, how come the units still haven't sold?
Yeah.
So the story is, is a second floor above a coffee shop, so it's a HDB. So the buyers that eventually buy happen to be 35 years old on that year. But when I sold it to her, she is actually not yet 35. She was not yet, few months later then she's 35. So we need to drop a private agreement, everything to secure the unit. Then after that, when she reached 35, do all the proper documentation like HFE, approve already, then we issue OTP to her.
Right.
So you see, what I'm trying to say is when we start selling, the right buyer must be in the market looking at your house. So home staging, yes, it will definitely help to increase the eyeball, but it doesn't guarantee a record
course.
price for the owner.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
So it sounds to me like you're looking at it almost like from a very statistical point of view, a volume thing.
It's a numbers game.
Because you're not sure whether, or the impact of home staging to you is not clear enough, so you don't include it in your arsenal of things that you do.
I encourage my owner to spend money whereby I can't guarantee you that I know that I definitely can sell with this home staging, but without the home staging I've sold so many record price.
Right.
Even a Singapore record price, with estate record price I got so many. You pull out any agent want to challenge me, you pull out your estate, you tell me, I dare to say I'm either the number 1 or I'm the top 3. I have some record one because I got so many volume. Okay, but we talk about Singapore one. Back in 2022, a mansionette I sold 1.288 mil. That was a record price, and that was in 2022. And it came out in the news one. Why I know? I didn't know that this unit I sold is a record price. It's only until I saw they say, Toei 1.291 and 1.3 overtake the previous record 1.28.
Right.
Is that
Record price.
This one mine.
Yeah.
But of course they did not say it's from home seller But so I actually sold a record price before.
But do you have pain when this kind of thing happens? Because the potential of if you had just taken some percentage commission, that would have been a lot of money.
Actually, there's a lot of people they actually tell me, but
Yeah,
then I'm thinking that I can now find a fool to pay me this 2%. But how many fool is in the market to pay me this amount of money?
Right. You rather earn less but have a longer runway because of your track record.
Like I mentioned,
I
I don't think so far I don't expect myself to scale to have a team today. So I'm grateful to all my seller and buyer that supported me. I just based on myself as a one-man show, I just want to feed my family. 3 to 4 years a month, I'm happy already. But as I provide the right service with the right advice, owners trusted me, transacted, they recommend their friend and relative, and that's how they actually help me to scale up my business.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, doing like the pure volume game can get does it get tiring? I mean, you have to deal with a lot of buyers, sellers all the time.
Not really. I actually take away the most mundane job that the realtor don't like to do. A real estate agent don't like to do. What is that? Viewing actually. Viewing does not sell your house. Actually, COVID has debunked the importance of COVID.
Oh, that's true.
COVID,
Viewings,
the viewing.
Because got a lot of remote viewings.
There is like what you say, video sell the house. Phase 1, government only say 2 buyers to visit the house. Buyers always go in pair Agent don't go on. So who sell the house? The house sell by itself. Owner and seller and buyer, they talk among themselves. No agent around.
Right.
But why owner are still paying 2%? So COVID has actually changed the whole dynamic of this viewing thing. But after COVID, the whole thing back to square one again.
Right.
Viewing is very
Let's
important
start
again.
earning this moolah
Why?
again.
I don't understand how this works, but I understand there's 36,000 voices out there, But when you guys has been saying the same thing over and over again, but that does not make you correct.
What's the 36,000 voice?
So this is our agent one.
Yeah,
Oh,
RES
that's
agent.
30.
I mean, compared to
36,000
my one
agents.
voice
Yeah.
against a 36,000 voice, they are stronger,
Yeah.
But doesn't mean that 36,000 of you repeating the same thing makes you correct.
Right.
Why do you think more people aren't doing what you're doing?
Okay, everybody work for money. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Like you say, I close $1 million one, just exactly $1 million. I earn 2,000, but they earn 20K.
Yeah.
I have to close 10 deals to earn 20K.
Yeah.
Nobody want that. Everybody want quick money. The reason why people join real estate industry, you have to understand, is for the quick money.
Yes,
Let's be very transparent. A junior doctor, when you go as a professional doctor and law, because agents like to compare they are professional, which I totally disagree. I say we are just a salesperson.
Compared to what? Other professions?
They like to compare that, I'm a professional.
Right.
So equivalent to a doctor and lawyer, that kind of category. I
Okay.
totally disagree.
Nowadays everyone also professional. You also professional. I also professional.
Okay, so this part I totally disagree. Why?
Right.
Doctors and lawyers, they start from junior, go to senior, then after that they go to leaders, then go to surgeon, senior counsel. It takes many years for them to climb up the thing. That means the salary will just slowly
Progress in
climb as
stages.
they progress.
Yeah.
But real estate agent, do you realize 21 years old, I pass the exam, I come out, I slap a fee on my forehead, I say 2%.
The exam not easy to pass, man.
Subjective lah. I mean, easy, you see, I see so many foreigner counterparts, I've co-worked with a Myanmar agent, I've
Right.
co-worked with Korean agent, I've co-worked with China agent,
Right.
They can pass, then why Singaporean, you guys are more educated, you cannot pass? You guys study the word English one, right? English and Chinese, cannot be what? It's all about effort lah, you ask me.
Also, your sort of qualifier for professionalism in this case, or not professionalism, being a professional is the barrier to entry, is it? So you're saying the barrier to entry for real estate is very low?
Real estate industry, the entry level actually is very low. Last time it's called a cowboy industry, whereby when I started, I don't need a license.
Cowboy industry.
Cowboy means like not Wild West.
Anybody can.
This was before CA lah, right?
Yeah, correct.
Right.
So anybody can become an agent. Today you say, hey, you want to become an agent? Okay,
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
agent already.
yeah.
I think last time it can be financial agent and real estate agent at the same time.
Financial agent, I'm not too sure, but real estate agent, you cannot. That's why it's very cowboy That means
Right.
don't need one.
Yeah.
You can be a kucing kurak, then you just agent already.
Yeah, I remember when I rented my first place, it was an illegal thing. It was like at the bottom of those HDB flat got shop at the bottom. So that at the time I was very poor. I was looking for some place to rent. It was at the back of a spectacle shop at the bottom of the HDB flat.
Okay.
So it was $350 a month. Probably not legal to rent like that. The agent was just some literally an abeng, like got tattoo everything, angkong everything. Just come down, show me the thing. Then I'm like, wow, this guy, I think he just got contacts, and that's all he needed to be a real estate agent.
I don't know, is he even have like a name card or part of an agency?
No,
Or
he came literally in torn denim shorts.
maybe he's just like a landlord.
But I found him through the classified, a bit like what you're saying. The ad, no picture, just one small thing, or one pool area got one, then I just go and see. And that was it lah. So really, the cowboy era, now I'm thinking back, I actually got a lot of these cowboy insurance agents, and no, not insurance agents, real estate agents. But then the image has changed a lot nowadays. You think of like rich people with nice belts and like expensive cars and things like that.
Now abeng also become all about money. They also become professional abeng.
Right. That's true.
So back to the one you mentioned, the 2%. Is what I'm trying to say is, as a new entry with a newbie with no experience, they also can charge the same as a 10-year, 20-year agent, experienced agent.
Yeah.
Why? It cannot be one.
Right.
So you're basically trying to like disrupt the 2% norm, pass the savings back to the people.
Actually, the whole intention is I never intend to disrupt that. I'm just a one-man show. But I say I started for myself. But now, of course, you guys can see that I'm disrupting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's a gradual progression. It's like there's too many 怨言 or too many, people are complaining.
Yes,
You can check, people are complaining. I pay you this amount of money, but you still mess up my deal.
Right.
So when I come out into the picture, and then I've done so many things that is correct. So it's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Right.
For people, just since 2% also can't do the job well, I might as well just go to entrepreneurial and just try.
Right.
I watched in one of the videos that you said you accept every buyer, because sometimes you say agents will screen buyers, right? Are there any downsides to that? Because sometimes, there are like non-serious buyers, people who want to like see what the value of the property is.
This one I have to correct you.
Yeah.
Politically saying, there's no buyer that will go and view the house for fun one. Okay, we are looking for one buyers.
Yeah.
But 10 to 13 viewing on statistic, only 1 or 2 offers. But can I say that the rest of the buyers is not serious? No, it's just that your house is not suitable for them. But we need to let them view, to let them have a sense of the house. Like, how many houses do you view?
I view maybe 5.
5.
Yeah.
So can I say you are not a serious buyer because for the other 4 houses?
Oh, no.
No, you are a serious buyer one.
I guess I'm strange because like, sometimes I do view for fun. Yeah.
You go and view houses?
Yeah.
Doesn't that take a lot of time to go
No,
down?
I mean I'll just go and check out the property market.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
you check out
he's
is because you may have an intention to buy.
Yeah, I may have intention, but not like within the next.
But you don't view
6 months.
You don't
even,
view
right?
consecutively for because viewing house is very tiring.
Yeah, it is.
So you maybe randomly you say, today I want to view this one house.
Yeah.
Alright, something like that.
Yeah, like that.
But yours is a rare case, but you don't view it on a consistent basis and you don't view in volume. So all the buyers are actually serious buyer. But our job is just like you're saying a Ganguni walking into a Ferrari show flat, he's not serious. Cannot be what. We don't know where these buyers are coming from. And when you say filter, we have done so many. When you say filter, all these are term and agent trying to justify that I do a lot of work for you, I filter. But actually, do you know when you over filter, you actually make the buyer angry. It's just that, example, we serve so many. Why you can sell so many $1 million HDB? I sold more than 30 or 40. I lost track already. Because $1 million HDB seller and buyer, they are very, very unique one. A bit different from the usual seller and buyer. So when you over filter, you start to ask them question. Hey, Mr. Buyer, have you done your this loan eligibility, like your HFE or your bank loan check? Buyer will say, I done already. We advertise at this 1.2. My owner looking at COV. You okay or not? Buyer start to get agitated already. You know why not? Hey, look here. I have not viewed the house. You told me whether I have this budget or not. I tell you, I have gotten my loan already, right?
Right.
It's like I have the money.
So are you telling you think I cannot afford? Is it?
Buyer will reply. I met a custody buyer. They will reply.
Right.
I saw your price already. That's why I call.
Yeah.
That means I have the budget, right?
Yeah.
So this is called over filtering. So end of the day, when you over filter in such a way, the buyer don't want to view. You actually left a bad impression. Even the buyer eventually view. They'll be thinking, I can afford but I just don't like your house. I don't like your attitude. I don't buy.
Right.
It happens. All these things. It's just that why agents say I filter all these things is they are trying to justify something that I'm going to do a lot of work for you, but all these are the wrong thing. Yeah, for us it's more viewing equal more chances of you getting one or multiple offer. And there's agent doing TikTok and trying to challenge me who say more viewing equal more chances. And then this agent is like a top landed agent, with a 20 over years of experience, but you check their CA less than 10 transactions. Then you check their Google and Facebook review 0. Then their claim are also a bit sketchy already. But you check me, under CA I got 500 plus. I'm the number one in whole Singapore right now.
Right.
So if the things that I'm doing that is wrong, and you guys what you preach that you guys do is correct, then how come I can be number one? You guys should be number one, because you can sell faster than me, sell higher than me. You should have a lot more transaction than me,
But I think in terms of numbers game, you will win, because you.
But how can
cheaper.
I win? I started from 0. I started with no credential. You see, selling house, nobody want to know whether you are charging 1,999, 1% or 2%. Owner only want to know, can you help me to sell high? Can you help me to sell fast?
Right.
Can you help me to give me a proper timeline planning, give me the right advice to transit to the next house without leaving me homeless? They don't bother about your 1,999 or 2%, to be honest.
Right.
You're selling like what? All the agents like to tell the agent, 1,999, you pay peanut, you get monkey. Then let me ask the owner, if you are selling a $1 million house, but this agent is selling a $2 million house, whereby he's going to collect 40K commission and collecting from you only 20K. So I'm going to sell a $10 million property, 200K. So now you come 1 million. Actually, you think your 20K is very big, but to the agent, no, you are just peanut only.
Right.
So is he going to do his best for you? He's not.
Right.
So if there's a viewing on the same day, do you think he will prioritize you your 1 million one or the 10 million one?
10 million.
You just ask yourself this question, can already, you touch your heart. But when they reject buyers on your behalf, you don't know.
Right.
Because the viewing requests all go through the agent. But for us, we are very transparent. I got a team. I got admin team that work from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. So you call, you arrange the viewing. As long as my seller is available, you can go already. We need to max out the viewing for our owner to give him the opportunity. You don't let people view where got opportunity. Just if the agent did not recommend the Marine Parade house for you, You will.
I would not have known that.
You will not.
existed,
If you did not view, like say I tell you got this house,
Yeah.
but I don't allow you to view.
Yeah.
You will not buy also one.
I will not experience that wind that led me to buy the house.
Yes, correct. So we need to allow viewing to give your house a chance.
Right.
Ah.
I see.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Numbers game. So you have agents under you.
Yup.
Are they like also fee based, or is it profit sharing, or you know what I mean?
Or how do you divide
Yeah.
the profit?
We
that
the
you-
pie.
divide.
Yeah.
We actually divided the pie lah. It's all com based one lah. So they don't need to do the marketing. All right. They don't need to do this viewing. Okay. They don't need to. The leads come from me.
Yeah.
All right. So if they have their own leads, they get a higher cut. Okay. They don't need to arrange the viewing. That means they don't need to answer inquiry because I got a back-end team.
Yeah.
So practically, their job is to just meet the owner one time, advise them, take the photos, then advertise up. Advertise is my admin team, they will do it.
Yeah.
Alright, then after that, when come to negotiation, they will take over. So they only meet the owner 2 times.
Right. And when they meet it the first time, they also kind of give them some advice on how to sell lah. Some basic stuff like declutter, like you say.
Declutter, the photo taking during that time usually by right should be declutter a bit already lah. So they will advise them that is actually buyer go they always like to ask a few standard questions Okay,
Yeah,
why you
yeah.
want to sell Standard question is owner is upgrading to a bigger unit, need to be staying near the kids' school,
Yeah.
or they're upgrading to a condo.
Yeah.
So the next question is, how much you want to sell. This question you're not uncomfortable to answer. You just tell them, I refer back to the agent.
Yep,
I told the owner, anything you don't know one, just say refer back to the agent.
Right.
Because our advertisement is actually very detailed already. All the things that need to be known, even the facing of the house is written there.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you don't read lah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you don't know, just ask them. But the most important thing that buyer like to ask is, how's your neighbor? This one agent cannot answer one what. If even I'm there, I'll be looking at the owner, how's your neighbor?
And then the owner can tell you everything about it, right?
Correct.
Oh, very
And you,
good,
because
come home late, whatever.
buyers, they are afraid of along case, they are afraid of neighbor dispute.
True.
You imagine I'm the agent, you ask me how's the neighbor? Oh, for the past weeks I'm here. Looks
I
fine
never
to me.
see. Yeah, that's not enough. You're not here at night.
But imagine the owner say, my neighbor, the one on the left is a Malay couple with 2 kids. Then the one on the right, professional Chinese couple, no kids, but they're all very friendly. Which answer actually make you more comfortable? It's from the owner mouth, not from the agent mouth.
Right.
Well, of course the neighbor. Of course the owner can also
lie lah.
can also
Can
lie.
lah, but you can
Make
sense
it
one.
sound-
I think every one of us we have this 6th sense. Whether owner is telling the truth or
Bullshitting
not.
lah.
You have the feeling one.
Right.
There's a reason why you are there to ask all these questions.
Yeah.
To touch and see and feel the house.
Yeah.
The vibes surrounding also will make a point. Some of the buyers, they like to walk the ground first before
Yeah.
they go out and view.
Yeah.
Sometimes walking outside, the surrounding doesn't make them feel good. They also cancel the viewing.
Right. Like, have you ever been in one of those like more traditional real estate agencies where there's a team and then it's a 2% thing?
Yes,
You
like I
experienced
mentioned,
that
I started
before?
in 2001. Yeah.
Oh, right. So you were actually in one of these teams
I was
for
in the
quite a
2%
while.
also. It's just
I
that I
see.
cannot. You can say that to them is I'm an unsuccessful 2% agent.
Right.
The fact is I cannot wayang like you guys want. It just doesn't. My character, I just cannot go against my conscience to say the things that
Yeah,
you
you
guys are
seem like
saying.
a very real person. Like you just say it as you
just
see kind of
keep it
person,
real, right?
Because if I want to collect 2%, I need to say a lot of wayang things that
Yeah.
that does not justify the 2%.
Right.
Which I can't one. That's a fact one.
So is it true actually then, I know it's a very noob and basic question, but is it true then like real estate agents are actually very rich? Or are they, or is the average real estate agent very
What
rich?
you
one?
guys see on social media are all the leaders. All these leaders definitely they are rich, but a lot are look rich. If you ask me, yeah, you can be 1 year wonder, you earn that 100, 200, 300k or half a mil or 1 mil. But what's next?
Right.
Can you replicate this thing?
Because the market will change
I only
and
know
everything.
one agent can keep on replicating this. Is before I'm the number one, he's the number one. Yeah, he is doing it on a very consistently basis. But a lot of agents that I know is they filter out.
Right.
This year I'm a top agent. Next year suddenly no deals.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because like I mentioned, how many fools is in the market for you to con?
Actually, it reminds me of those like fund managers. They do well for 1 year, then they advertise that 1 year. But actually, the latter years, if they don't do well, they don't advertise that. But it still looks really good.
I think the real estate agent industry also is like, I mean, the Pareto principle applies. Like the top 20% earn 80% of the profits also. I think most people, when you become real estate agent, I mean, my friends always ask me, because I mean, I see a lot of agents before.
Yeah.
I mean, they are expecting like 20, 30k a month. Realistically,
I would think that.
yeah, like even realistically, like 4, 5k.
Actually, recently I have a talk with a female agent with the potential of wanting to join us.
Yeah.
But she's a high flyer in the banking sector.
Okay.
She's earning more than 10,000 plus.
Ah.
Alright. So I said, you're doing well.
Yeah, why
so
do
why
you-
you choose here?
Yeah.
I said, you want to earn $1 million? Yeah lah. She thought that it's just so easy to earn that $1 million without actually deep diving that, actually it's not so easy. Yeah. So trying out for a few months already, then, she cannot survive.
Right.
I think that's the experience of like, especially after COVID, because during that time, property market was hot. So I saw a lot of people get on the career bandwagon.
Correct.
Then after that, they're like, actually, it's a lot tougher than they expect. Even like whether it's 2% agent or like Homeseller agent, I think both are tough.
You sell any unit in Singapore, even we want 999, all units are equally challenging. Second floor unit, top floor unit are all equally challenging. But do you have the right knowledge to actually know what's going on in the market to make the sales to be seamless? So this is a part whereby owner, especially when we sell the HDB, there is so many timeline concern, especially selling and buying, and there is a part whereby actually a lot of times it mess up, because if the time is not planned properly, the fund will not be enough, will not be in time to go in, the selling fund will not be in time to go and pay for the buying. Then you need to do adjustment which can cost financially to the seller and buyer. But this is a part that is you need experience to actually advise. You do 1 or 2 deals, you cannot advise one.
Right.
It's I mess up many of my deals already. Then I managed to rectify. Then from there I learn. Because every deal are different. You have to understand HDB is many different HDB officer is doing the deal. So a lot of consumer they see online 28 days, 20. They saw this thing 8 weeks completion. They thought, I thought HDB now completion is very fast. It's only 8 weeks, but no. Before the 8 weeks when we issue the OTP, buyers have 31 days to exercise. After exercise and we do the research submission, in between the exercise, agent can ask for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days submission. This one will delay your completion further. But after we do the research submission, HDB got this one, 28 days to approval, working days.
Right.
So we have encountered officer 2 weeks approval, we have encountered officer 8 weeks approval. Why? After approval, then come the 8 weeks. The reason is because different HDB officer handling the case, they have different, they have their own timeline to accept the case, to approve the case. It's not consistent one.
Right.
And this is the part whereby it's tricky.
It's very human one.
It's a human thing. So a lot of agents, they actually don't understand this.
I see. That's interesting. It seems a bit similar to, I don't want to say this, but like a bit MLM-ish, where like if you have the 2% model, there's a lot more margin to spread around, there's a lot more pie to go around. So there's a lot of juniors and a lot of like middle and then a lot of seniors, and then the juniors can do a lot of the grunt work, and then that 2% goes to feeding all these people. Is that true?
Do you know some top agent out there in the market? They open door opener for people to view.
What do you mean open door opener?
The person can be an agent or a non-agent, but his job is just to open the door, and that is called a person physically at the unit.
Or to qualify as we got an agent there to.
Correct, but actually the person may not be an
open
agent,
door
because
only.
if I believe there will be buyers encounter this whereby the person open the door, when you ask him question, he say you refer back to the agent.
It's like
because
a runner.
because they're just a runner.
跑腿 only.
跑腿.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
I don't know why when you use Mandarin it sounds more
More
devious.
gangster.
Like runner is okay, then like 跑腿 sounds even more like bad.
So what is that is why why I can thrive as a 999 and based on the things that I do, because seller and buyer, like I mentioned, there is no stupid seller and buyer. They encounter all these things themselves. They know what is going on. 你只是一个跑腿，你开门 no agent is needed. You guys are the one that 比较有 own lobang. You guys keep on 比较有 own lobang whereby you just hire a 跑腿 lazy to go down.
Right.
Then you on the surface you keep on justifying that I will go down, I will help you to sell the house. With us around, we are able to convince the buyer to pay. No. But at the end of the day, when you do the actual work, you get a 跑腿.
Right.
But after the whole transaction, the seller went through already. They know already. Once bitten, twice shy. I will not engage you guys again.
I see.
And that is why I can survive.
But I think the biggest kind of like counter that you all probably get is that for 999, will you be as motivated to sell as somebody who's getting more commission?
It's like the
See, I see you smiling. You probably get this a lot, right?
Correct. I got this question a lot.
So what motivates you all to actually sell?
The bragging right. Do you see how I brag?
Yeah, you almost not talking to us, you're talking to them. You tell me which thing.
Talking to the agents through the camera.
Yeah, I am the number one in the whole Singapore in terms of HDB franchise under CEA. You go and find the next one that is above me. I am, because agent like to say, you pay me 2%.
But give me more water, you keep talking.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. You pay me 2%, right? So I will be motivated to sell for you. But do you know there's agent do tail commission and say that, you know, if I can sell higher for you, you know, you pay me even more. There's 3 to 4%. It's up to actually 4%. So the question is, you have to ask this agent that, hey, so now you're telling me that I pay you 2%, you're not motivated to sell for me.
Need 4%, then you motivate.
What you mean by I pay you more, you are even more motivated. But who actually who actually give the offer? It's not the agent, you know. So why are we motivated? I want the bragging right. I want my owner to help me to write a testimonial. Alright. So now I can brag. I'm the number one in the whole Singapore. I can brag. I have sold so many record price.
Yeah.
I want the video testimonial. I say I got more than 50 to 60.
Google review also.
My Google review I got more than 400 plus. Google and Facebook combined 400 plus. So these are my bragging right.
I think beyond bragging right, you also want the property to sell fast also, right? Because yours is a volume game also. So I mean, if you're not motivated to sell,
I can't control this fasting. I have sold unit faster 6 hours. I have just 12 PM, 6 PM I sell through one day many already, few days many already. Alright. But this part we cannot control. Some of the offer that we come in on the first week, owner always have the misconception. Wow, this home seller, wow, very good. First week got offer already. It's okay, I wait. Actually, no, owner. Like I mentioned earlier, 10 to 20 viewing, we only get 1 or 2 offer. Okay, but we do not know when this offer come. If you're lucky, it come on the first week. Okay, on the first day. But it doesn't mean every week I give you offer. If like that, I will be closing more than 500 days already. You have to understand, I have cases whereby, you know, first week you got offer, owner rejected because he still got some time. 3 months, almost 3 to 4 months later, the next offer then come. And it's lower than the first offer. He got no choice, he have to accept, because why? BTO, the officer give him an ultimatum, if you don't sell by this date, your BTO will be confiscated.
Oh wow.
What's this case?
Why? They are selling a HDB, so they sell early resale to a BTO. Yeah, so coming closer to this timeline, they need to sell already. That is not only for BTO, even for condo one happens. They mess up their TOP date.
The timing.
Because the moment they hit their TOP, they need to sell within 6 months. Alright, if they don't sell within 6 months, the ABSD they cannot claim back.
Right.
So this TOP thing, they do not know until 2 to 3 months into it.
Right.
Then when they start selling, a bit too late already.
Yeah.
So a low offer come, they also accept.
Right.
Because
so actually, this is the difficulty a lot of times that's why you can't DIY. A lot of these things that if you're not experienced, like you're saying, you really don't know one, right?
DIY buying, okay, because DIY buying you just search on the portals.
Yes.
You may not be familiar with the paper, all these things, but then it's your choice whether you want to go and learn, or you just engage us, entrepreneur, or because they don't want to pay the 1% is too high. So it's like, you know, I done all the thing already, but I pay 1% just to make sense. 500K, I need to pay 5,000. But entrepreneur to them is like okay still okay. Just to make sure I don't get any hiccup.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Got it.
So for the selling part, 2% you cannot DIY because why? You cannot advertise on all the portals. You cannot find the buyers. Even now HDB got these portals, right? The free one. Yeah, there is transaction being successfully done, but the volume is still, negligible. You ask me.
And what do you think that is?
Because as a consumer, I ask you first thing. If you want to buy property, what you search? You search property, right? You say you went for viewing.
99 Guru or Property Guru.
That's the only two. Anything else?
No, I mean currently this two, because I not search HDB.
So consumer in Singapore already very entrenched into these 2 portals. They don't search elsewhere. It's not in their mind. It's just like a user habit. That is why for seller, you guys cannot advertise on all these portals. You cannot sell a house. Even if you manage to sell on all these lucky portals, do you actually get a good price? The answer is not really. Because 90% of the buyers you miss out already.
Right.
You're only scraping the 10% only.
Do you think over time the HDB portal will like gain traction and possibly be better
Change
than
the game.
You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Don't think so?
Because a lot of portals tried. In fact, there's quite so many of them. SRX is actually by one of the SPH. They failed one, being overtaken by 99.co. It's not about money. It's about the user habit. So this one is very entrenched already. Unless you can have a very unless someone think out of the box and try to capture the buyer's
Attention.
habit
habit.
of where to search,
Yeah.
Right.
which is difficult.
Do you think TikTok and Facebook has kind of invaded that a little bit or overtaken that a little bit? Because a lot of eyeballs are on there when it comes to listings or like real estate.
Not really. Because it's the these two are just entertainment,
Yeah.
providing very mass,
It's like top funnel, right?
very mass
Right, like lead gen
information.
awareness kind of
Property
thing.
Guru is like, you know
Got
that it's
intent
property.
already, yeah.
It's property. You
Yeah.
you want to buy property, you go Property Guru. You want
Yeah.
to sell your second-hand item, you go Carousel.
Yeah.
I won't think of any other place.
Right.
I want to buy cheap thing, I go Taobao, I go Shopify. So these are the things that is being entrenched in our lifestyle, I would say.
I see.
And I guess it's like a vicious or virtuous cycle. I mean, the more people get results from Property Guru, the more they'll list there. Then like, you don't get results on HDB portal.
Right.
Over time, you stop listing there also. Yeah, but I mean, I do think there's a chance, if government put enough like muscle into it, things might change in the next 10 years. Yeah.
I have ideas but they need to do things differently. They need to do things differently.
What's your idea?
Yeah, what's the idea? Say,
Okay, I have idea is if I have enough HDB listing, focus on one target HDB listing. I got a few hundred listing. I combine maybe with a few top agent. With all the HDB listing, we just announce since everyone of us are like famous on TikTok. We just announce for the next 3 to 6 months, all these HDB listing only in this portal. It will not be reflected in anywhere else.
Oh, like an exclusive thing
HDB
only
portal.
on your
Exclusive
thing.
only to us only
Because you have the eyeballs anyway kind of thing.
So but this one will be challenging to the Property Guru which it may affect me also.
Right.
But I need to have enough listing, enough traction, and whoever come on that first instant, they must have something to buy, and they must have transaction. So it's not easy. You see, it's like ripple effect.
yeah.
Right,
In the
right.
critical mass of listings on HDB.
Yeah,
But
I need
you cannot
critical
focus on
mass.
you want everything.
Yeah.
But you just focus on one. There's a possibility you can penetrate at least that HDB.
Yeah.
But it's not easy Being easier said than done. Property Guru is just a lot. Let's be honest, a lot of agents we don't really like Property Guru, but we still have to use their services because why? They every year increase our price.
Yep.
Everybody is complaining to be honest.
Right.
How much is it now? Is it 13K or something?
Now, if you are getting the top tier 20K plus, if you still buy their this the credit for posting, it can adds up. I would say.
So I mean, I think this is a good time to ask because like you haven't increased like your prices since 2019, but at the same time like labor costs has went up, cost of living has went up. Like, are you considering of like raising prices in the future? I mean, I would think so. If you want it.
Actually,
to
a lot
sustain
of
as
people
business.
don't mind we increase the prices.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be out of the market.
Yeah.
But I don't increase my prices is because I'm very honest with you guys. I have not lost money yet. Yes, some of the cases I don't sign exclusive. My owner sometimes after 1 month advertising, I spend the marketing dollar effort. You go and find other agent. It's fine. I don't complain one.
Yeah.
Okay, my job is I just move on. So I la chang bu duan. Some I make, some I lose. But end of the day, I still don't lose money. I keep on telling my viewers, as long as I still can put food on the table for my 3 sons, I will continue to maintain this price because in a way I'm giving back. Because you guys help me to build Homeseller to where I am today. From a one-man show now, I got a team. And I'm still scaling. So I'm grateful to you guys. So as long as I don't lose money, I'll maintain. But whether I will increase my price or not, in all honesty, depend on the market itself. Because all the costs keep on going up. This is the thing I cannot control. If probably goes suddenly just 50% increase, then I do the math. I lose already. I have to increase already. But this one is for the future. I hope I will not increase. No matter what, I'll still remain a small percentage onto this 1,999.
Right.
Got it.
Wow. So we've been shitting a lot on like the traditional 1 to 2% model, right? Is there any case where a buyer is better suited to going to some of these agents that will provide these extra services?
Okay, if you ask me, consumer ask me, have I sold GCB? No, the answer is no. But do I think I can sell GCB using my system? The answer is yes. But I would think that no GCB owner will go and find me because like, if you guys know my background, I served all the VVIPs before. I was a bodyguard to the Prime Minister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Prime Minister Lee, ex-Prime Minister Lee. Alright.
You was
7 years.
bodyguard?
The first lead or second lead?
Second.
Second lead.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, so I served them before. I know how they think and operate.
Yeah.
They want services, they don't mind to pay one.
Yeah.
So GCB owner, it's not about saving of the commission. It's the services that you're providing me.
Right.
Yeah.
You want the full suite of things.
Correct.
And you
Then-
don't mind the price.
Then maybe for buyers, that is I would say landed buyers, owner, they are even more clever than the agent themselves. They know a lot of things, they will do their research. But you say maybe shop houses, all this, maybe you need someone that is very good in that shop house to advise you.
Like localized specific knowledge kind of thing.
But the problem is always how to know that this agent is experienced.
Yeah.
Because everybody is boosting that, I'm the best.
I got the awards, I got the this, I got the that. Yeah.
Correct. But does award, okay, everybody like you say, what does the award mean? Hey, look here. One award, gold award, you sell a 500k HDB, which is 3-room flat, now it's already 500k, you get a gold award. Every month you get one gold award. Does that make you very experienced? You just sold 12 property only. For me, 12 property is like 1 week, 1 week thing. You understand?
I guess like transactions wise, you're
You
way more
win based on
experienced,
numbers lah.
My number is
100
crazy
times
lah.
more
No, agent cannot. Okay, I can only share with you why I'm so viral on TikTok. When I first started out, a lot of agents attacked me, but now you can see it die now. The reason is because my credential is too strong for them to attack.
Right.
Initially, they thought I'm a new entrant. Actually, I started in 2019.
Yeah.
So actually, I do under radar marketing because before that I was being attacked.
Yeah.
But when I started to scale, I'm prepared for the attack already.
Right.
Yeah.
But when they attacked me that time, I already got more than 500 plus CEA credential under CA.
Right.
So when you guys attack me, say that this guy got no credential, he's just here to disrupt the market, he's just lowballing. But consumers are not stupid, like I mentioned. They will do research,
I can go CA and check.
You just go and check. You check my Facebook and Google review, you have the answer already.
How are some of the ways like they attack you?
One of them, they will say that, you sell this, one very memorable one, they will say that, you go to home seller, you sell this 500k Punggol property, you sell this property, they sell for you for 500k, you come to me, I sell 550k. So I do a TikTok, I just say, so how you going to do that, everything. So bring me your best record. After that, a lot of my followers, they go and question him, attack him. After that, he just filter out of TikTok. Because after that, they check him, no transaction record, you talk bullshit, you don't talk is shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I always like to say, I use my action to let viewer judge. There's agent that say, face car park one cannot sell, don't come and find me. 6 months, 9 months cannot sell. But I did a video in Bukit Panjang. I first met the owner. I show my viewer, look here, this one face car park one. You guys guess how long I will take to sell. My agent Frankie back then say that 1 month. I say 2 weeks. Why I'm so confident when I have not even started marketing? Because I am selling and buying every day in the area. I know the market condition.
Right.
I know the demand and supply.
Right.
Eventually, I sold in 16 days.
Wow.
And all these are the things that I dare to challenge myself. Because if I say 2 weeks I cannot sell, take 2-3 months to sell, I actually loogie myself. I put a huge bet onto myself. Because I know the market. What I'm trying to, when I do all this video is, I'm not challenging anybody. I'm just telling you that, by knowing the market, and I have the right experience to tell you that, this unit potentially can sell by when. Even they have these challenges of facing the car park, which is because of privacy issue. Too near already. I stand in the car park, I can come see into your house. But all this kind of unit, all can sell one. It's just that whether you have the right knowledge or not. It's just like a lot of agents will say, low floor unit, face rubbish one, don't buy. All these are wrong information. It's just very layman thing. I've sold, usually face rubbish chute unit is at the kitchen. The rubbish chute is at the kitchen.
That's right.
Have you seen a rubbish chute is right in front of a living room window? I've sold such unit.
Have
Have. In Bukit Merah, I also got a shop. I only see such one unit before. Living room window, every day you see one.
That's crazy.
So when I come to this one, I also this one like a bit challenging.
HDB early days again.
But you find the right buyer, you can transact on.
and for the right price.
That unit, so surprised. I still sell higher than the previous record. Alright. So it's not the whole block record. So this unit special, I thought it's good. I know I can sell, but I know it's challenging. But internally, I'm thinking, this one may take some time.
Right.
But who knows? In 2 weeks' time, I got 4 buyers, 3 viewing, 3 offer.
Right.
I sold. So again, a lot of the agent layman perception are all wrong. So if you tell me that low floor unit potentially difficult to sell and you need to price low, then why need you pay 2%?
So you don't screen at all. You don't even filter at all anything that you think like, this one might be hard to sell. You just take it on and list it anyway.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Because I know all unit in Singapore can sell.
Right.
It's just how we sell unit. It's just like got one Marsiling unit, 3-room flat. Do you know I sell at around 390k plus? It's actually a 4-room price. I think that was in 20.
Marsiling.
Cannot 3-room at 390k. Cannot find one. It's a record price. I believe now it's still a record price.
How did that happen?
Okay, that again, I understand the profile of this seller lah.
Yeah.
They need to sell at a certain price. I told them this
Yes.
one really very challenging.
Yes.
They need, because I say, hey, this price people can buy 4 room here leh. Really can buy 4 room here leh.
Yeah.
Then because I sold 4 room there, I know
Yeah.
the valuation. I actually know the valuation is 390K for a 4 room.
Yeah.
Then you want to sell a 3 room at 390K
Yeah,
leh.
so how did that
Cannot
happen?
be ma.
Yeah.
You know. But I understand their situation is, you know, they wanted to get out of Marsiling. Alright.
Yeah.
They wanted to change their environment, but budget constraint.
Yeah.
If they cannot sell at this price, then they will
They
remain
can't
here.
buy the next one.
Yeah. So I said, although it's challenging, but I also understand it's a moving market. Market is still going up.
Yeah.
But we just need one buyer to appreciate because
Yeah,
previously I have this kind of similar experience. And one thing the unit helped me is it's not on the top floor, it's still a corridor unit. But one thing the unit helped me is renovated. That's why I dare to take on this case.
It's renovated.
What year was this?
Right.
I think it's in 2023. If I'm not wrong.
Right.
That 2023 lah.
Right,
2023 or early 2024 lah. Okay, end 2023 to 2024.
Yeah.
So eventually we found a buyer that is willing to pay 50K.
Because he liked the reno, is it?
The funny thing is he got an agent agent to agent we chit chat we say, hey, why your buyer buy? He said,
Yeah,
I also
yeah.
don't know leh. I say, I believe
Yeah,
outside the market still got many ma.
Yeah.
Say yes, I got tell him all these other location
But
one.
he want this one.
Why? Okay, the buyer married a foreign spouse. Spouse is not in Singapore. Video, see the house.
Yeah, like
That means
one.
in a way don't understand Singapore. You know this is Marsiling. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless
So-
you go Malaysia a lot, you know, like you got
But
car.
see the house like the house.
Right.
So husband buy for wife.
Oh, okay,
Willing to
okay.
pay.
Right.
So you see so many kind of scenario that I've handled. I know that, you know, as long this unit give me one opportunity, but if you say non-renovated, I will not take the case already. Because you don't give me a fighting chance.
Right,
ma.
there's not enough
Yeah,
things here to work with.
But
right?
you give me one renovation, I see already, then I know you are selling high, but I know that there will be buyer willing to pay this.
You just need one buyer. Right.
Because I've sold something similar in Toa Payoh as well. Back then,
Right.
the same floor one transacted at 280K, I sold at
Right.
390K.
Right.
That was very early in 2019 or 2020. One of my very first case. It took me
Right.
almost 6 months to find the buyers.
I see.
What are example of like some other cases that you have turned down?
Have 3-room flat want to sell a 5-room price.
So it's always the price. Usually it's the price.
Yeah.
The seller is a bit stubborn about the price.
Not stubborn they just have super
Unrealistic
unrealistic.
expectation.
But to be honest, unrealistic seller. I mean, all seller want to sell high. This one I totally
Of
agree.
course, of course.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
All seller want to sell high, but you have to
Yeah.
understand all buyer want to buy low.
Yes.
Alright, so all seller want to sell high. We always work on to this. I always tell my agent, look here, you have to understand all seller want to sell high. Our job is to get them the highest possible price possible. You know, I always tell my owner, we'll do our level. I sold so many record price. I still never promise my owner I can help you to sell record price. I always tell them that, you know, I will do my level best to help you to get the market high.
Yeah.
If the market high happen to be a record price, then congratulations to my seller. You get the record price plus saving agent commission.
Yeah.
But it's always a challenge to get this record price.
Yeah.
Alright, a lot of factors. I always say I gave you the record price. That's number one challenge. Number two challenge is whether this buyer got the money cash to pay you the COV.
Yeah. Right.
Because this one I can't control it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
how deep their pocket is.
Less external all along.
I can loan 1 million, but the COV is 200K. Doesn't mean that I have 200K in my pocket.
That's
I
right.
can loan is I can loan. It's
Yeah.
two different things.
Yeah.
I think since we are on topic on like record prices and all, like what do you think of like the housing market right now? I mean, for HDB, do you think it's still affordable to Singaporeans?
It's still cheap dirt cheap. I have a lot of
Oh, dirt
I
cheap.
just put the I mean let's be very honest. A lot of people that complain that it's expensive are actually owner that sold their house at a profit, but when they enter the resale market they want to keep majority of their cash,
Yeah.
so they complain it's expensive. So let's be fair. Okay, why I say the cheap? A lot of the singles, you guys are 35 years old. When you buy a BTO, you guys can fully pay. I know the profile of my seller. When you can
Right.
fully pay at the age of 35 means what? And then after when you sell, you still earn the 200K cash profit. Hey, government are giving you to earn money.
Yeah.
leh.
200K. Just wait a few years lah. Yeah.
Then someone you can fully pay means you don't become a mortgage slave. Leh.
Right.
So how can it be expensive? How can it be expensive? At the age of 35, how many, you talk about our counterpart, how many of them can fully pay their house?
Kind of overseas lah, right?
Anybody
Right.
who can fully pay their house?
Very few.
Very few.
I think if you
In
look at
major
like,
cities, it's very tough.
If you look at like the global like house to income ratio, I think Singapore is one of the lowest. Especially, I mean, if you look at HDB,
Yeah.
don't bring in private property.
You say 3-room flat, the cheapest, I think our Prime Minister has flashed on the National Day rally. 4-room flat in Sengkang, 320 to 340K, you can buy something already. How can it be expensive, you tell me?
Yeah.
BTO lah.
BTO lah.
Yeah. But how about resale market?
Resale market, you have the resale grant.
Yeah.
Then resale grant, of course, is now back then when I was buying back in 2007, that period, my grant is only like 30k.
Yeah.
Stay near parent 10k, 40k, you know. But now the grant can go shoot all the way up to 210k. But of course, 210k you have to be very poor lah, you know, earning 1,500 and below that kind lah.
Yeah.
But on average, 4 room and below you get 80k already. Stay near parent 20k is 100k already. Yeah. So I teach them lah, you know, you want to earn the same as the BTO one, you have to do room rental lor. But good thing what, you instead of staying with your parent, now you are your own landlord.
Yep.
You rent to stranger, you get the rental income ah. You just imagine one room now is minimum lah, we close one eye is $800. You rent out 2 room, you get back almost 20k a year. In 5 years time, by the time MOP is 100k what, then the grant 100k, 200k already what. That's how you make lah.
So there's an argument that, you know, because government gives like grants, right? Sellers will price in that grant when they are, you know,
a lot of
selling
sellers,
property,
a few sellers try to do that, but I explain to them, no, it doesn't work this way. It depends on the market and supply. And the valuation is done by who? HDB. And how HDB do the valuation? They based on the latest last few transaction average. So doesn't mean that now government give more grant. Means that this buyer got more money. No. Because why? Like I mentioned, COV. Government give more grant. This is not COV. This is not cash. The buyer only have the budget to pay you this amount. But when there's a COV of 20, 30k, some buyers just don't have the money one. Then they also cannot buy your property one.
Then why do you think like many people say HDB flats are expensive now?
Like I mentioned, they just want to earn more money. They earn already, they are not happy. Second time they cannot earn. Because why? When I sell my first property, mention it in Jurong, I earn 200k cash. Okay, net exactly 200k. But when I buy my next property, when I sell, I lose money. So you ask me lah, majority of you guys complain is, you know, you sell you happy, but when you buy you're not happy.
Makes sense.
It's not that it's expensive. How can it be expensive when you guys can afford it?
The funny thing is you always need a place to sell. I think that's what Remy was telling me about, because I'm like, wow, then you just show like what you do is you sell when the market is high, then you buy when it's low. But you still need to stay somewhere, so
and rental is expensive.
And rental is also reflective.
You know why PR like to buy HDB, although they need to pay 5% ABSC. The moment they buy, they rent out. They rent out the room. They monetize HDB actually allow you to monetize your property in Singapore.
Rent one room, not the whole room.
You can rent out 4 room flat, you can rent out 2 room. Max is Apex. During the 5-year MOP, you cannot rent out the whole house, but you can do room rental. So HDB, actually Singapore government, they give you a lot of option to monetize. First of all, first time, second time you can earn money. Then you own the house at time, you do room rental, you can rent out the room to earn money. Actually, there's a lot of option for you guys to earn money.
Not nice, people don't like.
I think
that's why.
Then I will say that you like money or you like money.
Exactly.
You like money, but yet you don't do this certain thing, then that's your problem already.
It's your own thing.
It's effort. You want to earn more money, but you don't put in the effort. Then you complain for what? Don't complain. Just be satisfied with where you are. Correct?
Absolutely.
So another question I have is like, curious, like, who do you think are the people buying, let's say, like the big 5-room more than 1.6 million, 1.7 million, for example, in Henderson, the kind of HDB?
This one rare lah, to be honest. Who are the one buying? I've served condo landed downgrader, condo downgrader also have. They full pay one. I also serve retiree whereby they are. I say, why you buy so expensive? They said, firstly, I want to stay in my kids' school. Second to them is like, I want the convenience, I want to stay in my kids' school, and money is like, I can't bring it to the grave. So there is this kind of buyers out there.
So the retiree, when they buy, they stay themselves, not with their children.
No.
So they buy a 5-room flat as a retiree.
The one that I serve is they downgraded from West Coast, single retiree widowed, then want to go and buy a Dawson one, almost 800k 3-room flat. 760, 770 around that range. Okay, so the reason is retiree, they got money it's not that they're going to use everything. They'll fully pay the thing. Then after that, they just want to be near their parents and near the park. They want to exercise
Right.
So I have buyers that pay full cash one, 1.25 million pay full cash one. They are not even using CPF.
They just want to live there until they die.
They know what they want already.
I
have buyers whereby they already that's the thing is, if you guys want to speculate property, you have to think very far ahead until your retirement. What kind of property portfolio you want to have. So I have buyers whereby they buy this kind of prime HDB. Why they are paying? It's because they already know already. I buy this one is for rental. Future my husband will go and buy a private. I want to stay in the private.
Right. Then we rent this out.
Correct. So they buy this kind of high one is usually because of the lease also. So they look very long term already.
Right.
That's why they're willing. They do the maths. It's worth it. You just imagine 1 year you got 50k. even I got 50 years lease 2.5 million already leh.
Yeah.
So that's how they do the thinking, forward thinking lah.
Okay.
Well, I think we spent a lot of time. I wanted to ask you about your other stuff. Like, you have done so many other work before, like so many other jobs that I would love to ask you about. But I think let's not take up too much time. So I just have a few more questions that we can shoot lah. Like, what do you think of the whole like the condo upgrade or the sell one buy two phenomena? Is that something that you encourage?
Why agent sell one buy two still can do, but it's always done wrongly. Okay. The industry standard they teach the agent is you no matter what seller you go to, as long as new MOP, you must convince them to sell one buy two. Why? Commission. If I manage to do it correctly, sell one buy two easily, one seller I can earn maybe 100K already.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I sell your HDB.
Yeah.
You buy one new launch, buy one resale.
Yeah.
After you do rental, you do the max, almost
It's
close
a
to
lot.
100K. One deal you settle for your
Right.
for one deal you settle for the rest of the year already.
Yeah.
But this is wrong. I have done cases. In fact, a few are my close friends. Sell one, they buy two, but they know what they want. You must explain to them what is going on. Yeah, for rental yield, for passive income, you want to retire with passive income,
Right.
not to flip for quick profit.
Yep.
That one will be wrong. If
Right.
you convince people to sell one, buy two because of the new launch right now, the craze is in 3 years time you can flip for 500K profit. I think this statement is totally wrong. How you guarantee or not?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
write
you
in black
Can't
white for
guarantee
me.
borrowing
Lor.
market. Yeah.
You write in black white for me, simple one. Nobody can guarantee
Can
you
predict.
that.
Yeah.
And who say property cycle is 3 years? It's because of the SSD. But property cycle is all along 10 to 15 years.
What's SSD?
Seller stamp duty.
Oh.
That means if I sell within 3 years, I got this 12%, 8%, 4%.
Right,
After
right.
3 years, don't have.
Right.
So from 10 over years cycle become a 3 year cycle. No such thing what.
Right.
Whatever goes up, come down one.
I think like the sell one buy two also like a low interest rate thing. I mean when what many people realize like when the interest rate actually increase, sell one buy two become increasingly difficult
Right.
because the mortgage becomes so.
Whatever I advise
Right.
you today is free one. Wrong also doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's why when I say wrong thing, I don't have the longevity.
Yeah.
Example, last time when agents sell the new launch, they say, based on the rental now super high, there's a period of time the rental is very high. You
Yeah.
buy this property at this price, you get back this,
They forecast lah.
this tenant will be able to pay you this
Optimistic lah.
this loan, then still give you passive income.
Yeah.
So a lot of buyer enter it
Yes.
makes sense That is
Yeah.
actually the international standard
Yeah.
I must have positive cash flow.
Yeah.
3 years down the road when they collect the key, negative. Start to find agent MIA already.
Right.
So that's why you don't have longevity because you give the wrong advice. But you
Right.
already ask them to enter into something that is wrong.
There's long term also. Right?
It's supposed to be a long term. You have to understand, you guys, you are taking a 25 to 30 years loan. Your commitment, at least you must buffer your money is 10 to 15 years.
Right,
Because you
right.
need to hit the next cycle,
Yeah.
not 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I've seen retrenchment, I've seen owner going out of business. Then 3 years time, they really hope that this property will come in and flip. But because at the wrong timing,
Yeah.
you need to sell, you make a loss. But actually, this property, if you can hold for 10 years, maybe you will be able to break even or earn money. Because from rental, you'll be able to cover back.
So the time horizon that is sold is a little bit off lah. It's like
Correct.
way too short.
You can see same development, some owner lose money, some owner make money. Why?
Right.
It's the holding power.
Right, holding power.
It's the
Right,
holding power.
exactly.
I think they also paint like a not so realistic scenario. I mean, understandably, because sometimes people got like the recency bias, so they look at like what is interest rates in like the last 5 years. They think it lasts forever. I think like pre-COVID or like at least pre-interest hike, people always say like, interest rate will always be this low. Remember, there's a period of time where HDB loan is considered high compared
As
to
2 point something is considered high.
like compared to banking loans.
Right.
But then that norm actually shifted,
Yes.
a few years ago, and now it's come back down.
I see.
So they based it on the old information.
Right.
I think what I also see a lot of, let's say agents do is that the agency will give them like a playbook, then they just memorize it, then they just
follow lah.
They just
Follow
master
lah.
the picture. Yeah,
Because it's from top down one.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I don't like this kind of marketing.
Right.
So I always say you can own a $1 million, $2 million or $5 million property, but it's a liability as long it does not give you cash flow.
Right.
In life, we need cash flow. We need
Yeah.
to eat one. We need to
Yeah.
survive one. Because I have really true friend, the family, they stay in a landed in Tanjong Katong one. The property now maybe worth 6 to 7 mil above. But the mother is still working as a cleaner.
Right.
Not joking.
Right.
They have the money, but yet, asset rich, cash poor.
Yeah.
I mean, why you want to live under 这样辛苦?
Yeah.
Don't make sense
So
to me.
so why they want to live on it?
Ego.
Is it like a legacy thing, or they want to pass on the property for next generation?
That one I never interview them, but from what I know is they are just staying there lah. They don't have the intention of. They also don't know how I would say.
They just like they like the idea that I live in.
Then the kids also don't know how to advise them. But anyway, it's
hard lah. It's your parent stuff. I understand.
You say parent stuff, but you know how I force my mom to go and instead of 3-bedder go to 4-bedder. I say you just buy over the neighbor to buy a jumbo. So I don't care. I just enforce.
How you enforce?
No, I just tell her, I just do this. You know, I mean, in a way, I am a very forceful person. I know it's right. I say there's money coming in, all this. Why you want to buy this one? You dump all your money inside, yes, you fully pay. But then, it's your retirement how?
Right.
So now she's owning a jumbo. Happily, you know, not yet retired, but I think this year she should retire.
Congrats.
But she don't need to work because the jumbo, the rental is 2,900.
Got cash flow,
Cash flow,
Cash flow positive.
2,900 is for her age. She can just travel every month.
Right.
You see, so cash flow is very important.
Right.
It's not the property that you own. It's not important. If my mom owns a 4-room now, she have not enough money for retirement. Who have to call out the money? Actually, we the kids have to suffer.
Yes, that's right.
But now my mom don't need my money.
Yeah.
Don't need my sis money.
Yeah.
You see.
So you're not a sandwich generation. You just support your kids, and that's what you need to do.
Correct. I would say that is the knowledge. The knowledge gap have to go and bridge. Don't think of quick riches. There's no such thing called quick riches one. You must have a very strong active income and passive. From there, you know how to generate passive income. Then
savings for holding power.
Then learn to earn multiple streams of income. From there, you can talk about property.
Right.
I think you have some personal questions for Patrick.
I don't know got time or not. My question very low so one.
You can just ask. I can give a very quick reply.
Are you in a rush to go anyway?
No, I'm not actually.
I love this was on the Backholder podcast, which was a great one that you all can check out. So you listed all the things that you had done before this, and like you attributed to quite a bit of it to the fact that you don't have a very high education background. So you had done, let me list, then you tell me what I missed out. You had done like a push cart kind of business, you were police at one point, you were a taxi driver, you also did some delivery for Tapao Box,
Tapao Box delivery.
You're now doing also this hair fiber business that you're still doing, which is successful. You did a car deal.
During the coupon period, I do a SG car deal.
There's car deal business. You went to Malacca to do a steamboat business. You had a herbal medicine thing at the airport road.
Huado tonic at this depot road.
Airport road in front NTUC, you said, right? Bird nest business. Did hamper also. Economic bihun. Hair salon also right before COVID.
Correct.
And just now you say Lee Long Body.
Like what you do a lot of things. Like so is Homeseller the most successful thing that you have done?
It is definitely. Like I mentioned, all the businesses that I've done, you know, I do 10, 8 of them will fail. But it's like I have no choice. Like I mentioned, I only O-level.
Yeah, you keep saying there's no choice, right?
Why no choice? I need to earn a certain income to feed my family. Back then I was already a father of 2. Now I'm a father of 3. So I need money, My previous job as a police officer, when I resigned in 2010, when I was in it for 10 years, my gross salary I think is only 3.3 to 3.5 lah. If I'm not in the special unit like SecCom, without the allowance of 600 to 800, actually my sergeant salary is only like 2.5 only. I cannot sustain a family.
I see.
Even at 3,600, I barely can sustain my family.
Right.
That's when I think that, you know, I have to go there. But I don't know what I want to do, what I can do. But I know I need to go. There's a very strong desire in me that I need to go.
But this is quite a lot of things to have tried, and I presume fail at a lot of them, right?
Correct, because I don't know
Right.
Enter all hit in, because to me is I do a bit of analysis. I see how people operate. If people can, I also can. Just try it. It's like this is no choice because I cannot go back to a full-time job. I cannot be earning 1,000-2,000 with my kind of education back then. Who want to hire me?
Right.
So
but how do you do so many things? Is it you have saved up a bunch of money first, then you do, or is it you just whack? No money, then stop.
The initial, a few of the one that I spend the most is the Huato tonic. The one, you know, I happen to earn my this 200K cash from my this sales of my HDB.
Okay.
But within a year I lose everything. I still took up bank this business loan. You know, I still have to pawn my gold. I still have to.
You have to pawn.
You're saying you take credit card loan at some
credit
point.
card loan, then you still have to borrow from your family, friends. You still have to go and cash out your insurance. Practically you bank up everything to the extent that I need to go and drive a taxi to pay my worker. That's the time I said I need to close already.
Right.
Cannot already. Something is wrong already. So a lot of mistake along the way, but I hate on in thinking that I want to make money, not to lose money definitely. But when you lose money, you know the people surrounding you will be saying that why you do this kind of stupid thing. It's like you are not working. But the fact is actually I work very hard. But I lose money, you think I want me? It's not what I wanted. But I know I need to do it. I need to try.
You need to take on this higher risk because your family needed your support and there's a lot of kids.
It's by necessity.
Correct. So but when you lose, it's a double whammy. You know, you owe money, you still cannot take care of your family, then that is a problem really. You will create actually a lot of problems.
Did you not think about doing a more long-term career, or is it just hard because of the lack of educational qualifications?
O level, who want to hire me? I mean, what job can I do? Anybody out there tell me O level, what job? 3 O level. You say now they are not so focused on education. But back then in the 2010, you tell me 3 O level, what can I do?
I think now also hard.
Now also hard.
Now also hard.
What can I do? I can only become
crane operator, maybe. Crane operator.
A quick Grab driver.
But back then don't really have, right? Back then was taxi driver.
Taxi lor. So that's why I entered into taxi because 30 years old already ma. So then it's a fast cash ma. I just need to work hard ma. I just know that when I finish my education, I don't want to go into IT.
Got it.
I know sorry back then I will say IT 就是没有希望了。
Right.
I just don't want to go into
Back then.
I mean for myself lah. To me it's like if I go to the IT, I'm gone already.
Right.
So I don't know what I want to do. One of my aunties say, then why don't you sign on? I say can match 3 level. Then we go and check law. Police force can. So I went for the interview, got into it. Then the rest is history.
Right. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of life experience.
You learn a lot of way lah. To me, it's like survival instinct lah. I need to feed my kids ma. Simple. I can go hungry, but my kids cannot. So everything I do is all survival instinct one. Like you say, I don't know, but I need to try. I know. But after I started Homeseller, I realized that whatever that I have feared before that is actually a learning experience for me to be better. So I always tell myself how I motivate myself after all the failure is I tell myself I just need one business to successful, then I'm set already.
Right.
So that's how I move on.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
So are you set now?
I'm during the police force period 20 plus. I tell myself I want to retire at the age of 35. How? I got 500k cash. I do investment, get me 10%. I get
10%.
one month for $4 plus. I can retire already. Back then, this kind of money can retire. At the age of 35, I'm a taxi driver, owe a lot of money. Okay. So, but at the age of 35, I still don't know my direction. I have not even think of Homeseller. I tell myself I want to retire by the age of 40. So it's a mindset shift. It's just you just have to plant a seed in your mindset. Although you don't know anything, you just plant. So at the age of 40, I already halfway into my Homeseller. I managed to clear off my debts. So did I hit my goal? Nearly. So now I definitely has hit my goal. But am I retiring? No. I set my bar higher.
Right.
So the whole notion is you need to have a vision and work towards that vision first.
Right.
When you hit the vision, then you think again what is your next step.
Readjust, right? There's always another thing to work towards.
Right. Don't think retirement is by the age of 70. To be honest, who want to work until the age of 70? I already have my friends dying at my kind of age already. You tell me 70. If I really can live under 70, I think one leg is already in the coffin.
Right.
I think we want to enjoy life. So my next goal is 45. I'm 43 now. So I'm setting the bar. Every 5 years I'm setting the bar. To see where
But I get the sense that you also still quite like doing what you're doing, right? The idea of you said proving people wrong, but
Building
also
something,
giving back to people, kind of thing.
Right now I'm not working. Now is my so-called work. You guys see, coming to all these podcasts, going to do live. It seems like work to you, but I'm enjoying it. Just I think you guys are enjoying what you guys are doing. But it gives us back the return. But we must give something valuable to the consumer, to the viewer as well.
Right.
If not, we will not be able to get this return.
So it's like almost you're driven a lot more by purpose now also, and also you like doing this thing.
Correct.
Right.
So I don't think that I'm working. Some of them they can say, one morning do live, at night do live, in between still got so many things to do.
It seems like a lot.
Seems like a lot,
very
but actually
tiring,
no, I'm enjoying my life. In between, I'm doing my own thing, everything. Life is part of my own thing. I enjoy talking to them. They ask me questions. I like them to challenge me. From there,
that's great, man.
I can keep myself,
Active, right?
active.
Yeah. Your mind, is working on that.
Then what are your own things then? Like what hobbies do you do?
Not really. Last time play soccer but now I go running I just go running When I was stressed at time, I always like to do a lot of running. It helped me to clear off my mind.
Right. Maybe I leave with one last question. I would love to ask you so much more, but maybe we do that in another podcast if you're free, because you say you're more free nowadays, right? If there's somebody young who wants to enter the real estate industry now, do you have some advice for them?
You must have the mentality that it's not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, and you must buffer at least 1 year of no earnings. That means when you enter, you must have money enough to sustain you for 1 whole year.
Without anything coming in.
Yeah, without anything coming in. Then this 1 whole year, you must prepare to grind. You have to understand you are a salesperson. You cannot be shy. And you can see a lot of agents are doing TikTok. You cannot be just doing 1 or 2 videos and then expect to get a marketer to blast for you to get the leads. No, you must do it on consistently basis. Like just the video alone. One day you must generate 1 or 2. Then you do live. Then possibly you are able to survive in today's industry.
Right.
Okay, on top of the rest of the thing you need to do, like maybe you need to go and do door knock on a daily basis because you want to cut costs, you don't want to spend so much on marketing. So door knocking is one of them. Alright. So then the next one is very important. Last time don't have home seller, don't have fixed fee. So you must be able to differentiate yourself and us to justify your 2%. Not that cannot. Actually a lot of 2% agents, they are still surviving. They are actually doing very well. Because they know how to answer the seller to make them stand out.
Right.
So to the agent out there, if owner compare, you say, can I know what's the difference between home seller and you? And you are unable to answer this, don't put the blame onto us. The blame is onto you why you cannot answer. Because your leaders can answer, then that means your leader are not teaching you the right thing.
Right.
So you go back to your leader. For us, we are just an alternative for the seller and buyer out there to choose. We are not here to overtake you. You guys got 36,000, you guys are very strong. We are here to coexist one. We can coexist one, which is what we are doing. It's just that a lot of new entrants, they come in, they don't know how to respond to the seller and buyers. You need to differentiate yourself. You must really stand out.
Your unique selling point must really be very clear.
Right now, you need a very strong corporate branding plus your own personal branding, IP in order to stand out. A lot of agents are embarking on this IP thing, IP journey, just like us.
Right.
So if you want to go into the real estate industry, if you are not prepared to do video, I suggest you guys just stay out.
Right. What about things like dressing in expensive clothes and things like that? Is that part of the thing?
You see the way I dress like that. It's not only for this podcast. I meet all my HB owner. I go one.
Can I see your belt? Do you have a nice belt?
This one birthday gift from my wife.
Okay.
You take picture later.
No, you want to see.
It's like
the watch is what?
No, this one is just Tech Heuer.
Oh, nice.
This one 2008, 2007.
Not
that expensive.
Okay.
So we are not here to flaunt or what. Whatever you earn, how you want to spend, that is a problem. But to be honest, the way you dress, a lot of agents I see, you dress like much you're going to party. Hello. You are going to sell a person $1 million house, show some respect.
Right.
You want to collect 20, 30K, seriously, you need to have a certain dress code. And that's how I dress all the time.
Like you're professional, like you're coming to work.
You want to claim you're professional, then please be professional. Don't dress like you're going to party or you're going to the beach, or you just wear a jeans and then wear a t-shirt, you just go. To me, it just doesn't. Just like I've seen agents. I mean, you are dressing like that, it's okay, casual. But there's agent dressing like that going to be owner, which I think that is wrong, to be honest.
Today I learned we are not professional.
Your line is okay, casual. But you ask me, I'm going to collect 20, 30K. At least I need to show.
But I think the defense they will say is that, you must dress like you are super successful so that your client believe in you, kind of thing.
That one is teach by some of the course operators out there. They say you must show them, you are successful.
Dress for success,
in order
or fake it to make
negotiate,
it.
in order to negotiate or let people trust you, that kind of thing. That one is their own version. I mean, I do it my way, simple, respectful, decently, whereby owner can feel it. I think it's fine already.
I think got dress and success and dress very flashily. There's a difference among that also. I mean, you could dress for success with a Uniqlo outfit. Technically, you can, right?
That's true. Yeah,
you don't need like $10,000 to look successful.
End of the day, you dress until very flashy. Owner asks you question, you cannot answer.
Yeah.
Back to square one.
No substance. Nice rap, but no engine. Well, I think that's all. You have anything else to add?
No, that's a lot.
Well, thanks very much, Patrick, for joining. It was so fun to talk to you, and wish you all the best moving forward with all the uncertainties in the market. But we love what you do. It's great.
Thanks for the invite also. Enjoying what you guys are doing. It's actually almost similar. I like the statement you have this wage slave, which I listened to one of your podcasts. Actually, it's the same as what I tell people. Don't become a mortgage slave.
Yes, that's great. Man.
And you guys can become where you are because you are not a wage slave. I can get to where I am because I am not a mortgage slave.
Right. I think
So-
got a lot of overlaps there. That's why we immediately, I think we start talking to you. I love your energy and how immediately, quickly you're able to be real and just shoot. So on the question, before we even finish answering, you ready to talk already.
You know what's coming already.
Yeah, you know what's coming.
I mean, you
I
send me a
love
list
that,
what
man.
you want to ask. I glance through, but to be honest,
Yeah.
all these are the things that I'm answering on live every
I
single
bet.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay, maybe you come back next time. I would love to ask you more about your entrepreneurial things. This is so interesting. And if we don't abide by the guiding principles of kind of staying true to who we are and only like upgrading our office when we need to, and then we kind of spiral up because we go and look at all these nice buildings and nice offices and we upgrade our offices until we got no more money left, then this will be the last podcast we ever do. But if not, then we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching our podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, done.
Hey,
Alright.
thanks, man.
Hey,
Thanks,
thanks.
Patrick. That was so much fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.